Good night. Oh, I'm saying good night. Good evening and welcome to tonight's class. So tonight we'll be looking at views. So let's views. What is views? Views are vector tables that do not store any data of their own, but display data stored in other tables. Advantages: hide the complexity of data, act as aggregated tables. If you are doing a user level access control, you can give a user access to a view without giving access to the tables behind it. It can allow for massive performance improvements. Disadvantages: if done wrongly, it can result in performance issues. You may not be able to update the views, forcing you back to the original table. Anatomy of a view: table A, table B, query, then views. One or more source tables make up a view. Query follows select statement format. Views generally read only. Views don't require additional storage. So now I just read through the whole thing. What do you understand by views? Look at views in this way. Let's say you have a table. You want to give someone access to that table, but you don't want them to see everything in the table. Views will help you to show people what you want to show them. It's a virtual table, temporary table, not the main table. Even if they made some changes on it, manipulate it, it won't affect your original table. It's for security reasons. So let's look at this. I think I open views. Let's look at the codes I have in views. So let's look at this. It says views. A view in SQL is essentially a virtual table that is based on the result of a SQL query. It does not store data itself like a regular table. Instead, it displays data stored in one or more tables in a structured way. Views are useful for simplifying complex queries, enhancing security, and reusing queries. Key points about views. Virtual table. A view behaves like a table but does not physically store data. Do you get it? Derived from queries. It is created using select query. Simplifies query. You can write complex joins and filter ones and reuse them. Security. You can restrict access to specific columns or rows of a table. Most especially this number 4. You can restrict, let's say for example, I have this table. I have this select. I have select. I have select everything from the movies. I have select everything from movies. Okay. This is, let me go and create this. So I have select everything from movies. Now look at, I have title, year, runtime, general, director, rating, gross. Let's say for example, I just want to, someone is asking me, please, I want to see the movie tables, but I want, like, what I want to show the person is just the title, the year, and the genre. I don't want the person to know the runtime, the directors of the movies, the rating, and the gross. So I can actually give someone this table, and I will not include runtime, I will not include director, I will not include rating and access. So, but I can give someone access to other columns that I want them to see and rows that I want them to see. So how is that possible? I will now say select, I will say select title, comma, year, comma, and what? General. From, I'm trying to use cap locks for keywords, but that is the best practice. I'm trying to get used to that. So from what? From movies table. If I run this, look at this. So this is what I want to give that person access to, not the other this thing. So how do you include views? It's very, very simple. Use this how to create a view. Say create view, then the name of the view. How should I call this one? Let me just call it movies special. Let me just call this like this. Then you now say AS, you join this, set create view, then the name of that view, AS this. So if I run this, I've created a view. If you come down here, you know where you have your database, you have tables. By default, you have tables, you have views, and you have stored procedures. These are one of the last topics. We will do this one tomorrow. Today we are looking at views. In your own right now, you don't have anything here because you have not done anything, right? You've not done views. So but now if we run this, okay, we've run this already. If I refresh, you now notice that I have movie special as a view. If I collapse it, I will even see the columns that I have: title, year, and general. Now look at something. I can say select everything from movies. This movie special now is now like a table name, but it's not a table name. Movie underscore special. I think it's movies underscore special. If I run this, look at it now. Like I have a vector table from the movies table. So I've created this table as a view. Maybe someone is requesting access to this table, but what I want to show that person is just the title, the year, and the general, not other things. So I'll just create a view and give it to that person. But whatever you do with that thing does not affect my original table, right? Are you getting it? Any question? Are you getting the point? Hello guys, are you with me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So I've tried my best to explain that in a better way for you. I've tried my best to explain that in a very, very better way. So now that is views. Views is just like, sometimes when you are trying to look at a table, sometimes you just say select, you now put the columns you want to see at that particular time. You've been accessing tables that way from even where you can even give a filter. You can even filter it with where. Understand? Let's say, um, let me say, let's bring this particular code I've written. I'll bring this code down. Let me bring it down. I will now say where, no, okay, say where year greater than 2021, right? So now it's showing me, I just want that person to see the movies that the year is greater than, the movies that the year are greater than 2021. That's what I want to show that person. So I can just create a view for this. I'll just say create view, then the name of that view. I can call it, I can copy this and paste. Then I will add, let me just say I will add this like 2, because I already have this one. So I will just add this one. Then I will now say I will run this. I'm having error. Yes, because I didn't put AS. So this AS now will just say create view, then the name of that view. AS is just like alias like this, the whole of this. Just create it out of the whole of this using the whole of this. So if I run this, it will run. If I refresh, I now have movie special 2. So if I use this select statement, I will just add 2 here, but that is a new name of that one. So this one is just showing me the movies that the year is greater than 2021, and that's what I want that person to see. That's what I want to give the person access to, not the original details, the original table. So that is a view. That is how view works. So there's a one I did using joins. I say create, let me leave this one first. I say select, this is my inner join. This inner join, you guys know how to write join by now. So this inner join, select m dot title, m dot year, m dot general. I have 2 tables, movies tables and movie ratings table. So this M is for movies table and this MR is for movie ratings. So I now say add certificate from the movies rating table. So this is a joint and join. So this is the result of that join. So now I now add create view. I call that view favorite movies, like favorite movies as the whole of this. So I already run this. You can see here that these are the views that I have. So now if I say select everything from fav underscore movies. So this result that I have here, this result I've created, this is 2 tables joined together. I just see the title, the year, the genre, and the certificate of those 2 tables joined together using join. I want to see the unique values, what matches, not what does not match. The left join is not included, the right is not included, and others. So I just want to see what matches. So now I now create a view out of that, and I call that view favorite movies. Maybe this is what I want to give someone access to. So if you run this one, it will just bring out what I've saved. You get the logic. A view is just your SQL query. Once you have your SQL query, you just create a view with that query. Even the subqueries you've done, you can create a view with it. Just your SQL query, just say create views AS, that SQL query, that's all. So that means it's a virtual table. What you want someone to see, like it gives you that security, gives you control over your data. So that is what views is all about. And you can, if you want to drop views, you can the same way you drop table, drop view, then the view name. Let's say I will drop this one. That one I call special 2, movie special 2. If I run this, if I refresh, that movie special 2 is gone. So the same way you drop table, you say drop views, the view name. So that's all. That's all about views. Any question?
Yes, I have a question.
All right.
Okay, like these views, if I'm to understand you very well, because when I was learning programming, it's just like when after writing programming and run the program, what the viewer is supposed to see. That's how I'm seeing this view now. But the thing is that now that you're running everything in the same one line of this thing, when you share the file, the person will still have access to all these other ones before you created the view. So how can you now separate those other ones before so the person will not see it? I don't know if you understand my question.
I understand your question, but that means you don't understand us. You don't understand what I'm talking. What is a view?
I am.
You don't understand. You understand, you don't answer that question. Look at this. Let me open this. Look at, I have a table. Select everything from, let's say, movies, right? If I run this, this is the movies table, everything about the movies table. But now I want to give someone access to this table, but I want that person to only see the title and the year. I don't want that person to see the whole of this, everything here. So what do I say? I will say select my normal SQL statement for that. I'll say select title, year, from, I will call this movies. Then if I run this is just like I'm trying to just see the title and the year column, not the rest. Maybe I want to give someone access. This is only what I want the person to see. I don't want this person to touch my main table. If you look at views, this is where your tables are. This is where view is. So I can create a view out of this. I will say create view. Then I will give it a name. I'll just say movie. I can even say any name like fits you. You can say movie underscore. I can just say ty. That means title and year. Anything that you. So if I announce it as, so if I run this together, it means that I'm creating a table with this. Understand? This is it. I'm creating a virtual table with this. So if I run this, I've created a view. So now I can give someone access to, I can now give this person, someone, this movie underscore ty and say this is the name of that table. But me, I know that this is a view, not my normal movies table. I'm just giving this person, I can just say, okay, this is the table name. I will give to the person. If the person now comes and access this, he's only seeing what I want that person to see, not my main table. Select everything from. If that person run this, okay, I've given the person access to this table, and this is a view, not my main table, the movies table. If the person run this, he's only seeing this, not this, not what I see when I run this code. This is my old table, but now I've created a views that will only give that person access to only the movies and the year column, not the rest, because that's what I want the person to see. So if the person run this particular table name, let's assume this is a table name that I've given to that person. So this is what the person is only seeing. It's not seeing my main table, other things in the table. Do you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Just calm down, understand the.
So we have 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I understand. But what I'm saying
I'm
is that don't be offended. If you save this file now, everything from beginning that you've run will be showing. So that's what I'm saying. Like if I want to if I want to give the person only this select from movie TY, how am I going to save it? Like I don't know if you get it.
How you are going to save it?
Like how am I going to?
Like what you
Oh
are
God,
learning
I
now,
don't
once
know.
you get to a real world data, just you understand how to do it. The only thing is understand what is views. What you are learning now is
I
to
understand.
apply it when you are working with a company. You might work with a company, you don't want to give someone access to your main table of that company. Just want to select some selected columns. It's what we want to show that person, not the main companies, all the columns, all the company data. That's where views comes in. That's where in a
Yeah.
real world settings, that's how to apply it. So just understand that concept. What you
Okay.
are asking me is like how you save this one, like you want to practice it now. When you get to a normal real world settings, but just understand where views is. Because you might be working as an analyst
All
in a
right.
company, your boss will just call you, please, people are coming to access our data. Just show them so columns. So you just create a views out of that column that you want to what you want to
Okay.
show them. And when they come, that's what they see. They don't see the main data, other things, other columns that hold some important information about the company. You get the point. So
Yes, sir.
anything they
Thank you.
do to this one now, these views, it doesn't affect your main table. So that is just understand how view works. In a normal real world settings, you apply it.
Okay.
So so that is all about it. Any other question? Views is not very hard.
Uh, it's not a question per se. I just want to like maybe she's getting it mixed up a little bit because probably she said she's learning. Maybe she learned or she's learning another programming language. And the problem now is that maybe she's learning maybe R or any other thing like that because the way they use view in R and this one is not really identical. Maybe that's why she's getting the mixed up. The prompts, maybe she thinks the prompts with R and probably maybe SQL is the same thing. Maybe
So
that's where she's like getting it wrong.
that is just a maybe. Like programming, they have a way of, they have their way, their own application. So the one where you are
Yeah.
learning, the one they use views, the way they use views, not how we use it in data analysis.
In programming, when you write the background program and run it, it will bring you to another page where the user will be seen. The only thing the user will be seeing, but the everything you wrote in the code, the user will not be seeing it. It's just what you want the user to see that will be in that
I
page.
understand what you are
And
saying. I understand what you are saying.
uh,
But now I'm trying to tell you with a real world data analysis settings. Like you're working for a company and people want to come and access some data from that company. And maybe your senior as an analyst or your boss just say, please, these are the columns we should show the person. Like that movies table, we have title, year, runtime, all those directors. You just okay, just show them the title and the year and the runtime. That's all. That's the only when you create a views out of that. If they call, they will ask you, "Ah, where's the table name?" You just give them that one, the one of the views. That's what they will see. Anything they do there will not affect your original table. So that is just how view works. View is just SQL queries. Like even the subqueries you answer, you can create a view with it. Just create views, then the view name AS, the other SQL queries, and you create a view out of it. So that is what views is all about. If you go through this, they say a view in SQL is essentially a virtual table that is based on the result of a SQL query. Understand that it's just based on the result of a query, SQL query. It does not store data itself like a regular table. Instead, it displays data stored in one or more tables in a structured way. Like you see when I join the movies and the movies rating table together to display and now create a view out of that, just that one. But someone might not even know that I use two tables to create that views. That is now like a one table, but I use two tables to create it. If I give you access to that particular table of views, you will not know that that is two table combined. We just feel like a normal. So that is how mostly security. You can restrict access to specific columns or rows of a table like I did. I restrict access to some columns. I just show you what I want you to see. That's all. So that is how view works.